Jeff Paur, senior writer for RealTime Fantasy Sports. Welcome to another edition of the RealTime Fantasy Sports Show. On today's show, I'm going to give you 5 waiver wire ads for Week 11 of the fantasy football season. Sometimes as the season progresses, the waiver wire is a little tougher to navigate. This is one of those weeks, not a lot of top options out there, but there are some guys out there I think could help you the rest of the way, and I'm going to give you 5 of those players right now. My first waiver wire ad is Saints quarterback Jameis Winston. So Winston hasn't officially been named the starter, but I think that's going to happen. Drew Brees is hurt. He's going to miss some time. Taysom Hill's around as well, but I think it makes the most sense to continue to use Hill like the Saints do right now in spot duty, some gadget plays and the offense, getting a chance to spread out wide, throw the ball, run the ball. I think that's how they're going to continue to use Hill with Winston starting. And we know Winston is more than capable of the big game. He did that last year. He was 3rd overall in fantasy quarterback scoring last year. Don't forget that. I know the Saints offense isn't the same as the Bucs. Bucs offense like to throw the ball a ton last year, wing it all over the field. The Saints won't do that, but they still have some very good weapons in the passing game, including Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and Jared Cook. So I think Winston definitely has a high ceiling, especially in the right matchup. And this week he plays the Falcons, so that's a great matchup for Winston. He could be worth using in that one and maybe the next few weeks as well. So if you're looking for some QB help, I wouldn't hesitate to add Winston to my team. My next waiver wire ad is Chargers running back Kalen Ballage. So Ballage led the Chargers in rushing each of the past 2 games. He has emerged as their number 1 back because of injury. Austin Eckler could be back very soon, maybe even an outside chance of him playing this week, but I don't think that's the case. I think Ballage will get another start, and that's good news for him because he's playing really well. He had 102 total yards and 5 receptions in Week 10. He has 15-plus fantasy points each of his last 2 games, and I think he's worth grabbing if you need running back help. He's a good play as a low-end number 2 or flex play, and he could get another start or 2 until Eckler is ready to go for the Chargers. My next waiver wire ad is Colts receiver Michael Pittman. So Pittman's another rookie receiver that's starting to really emerge. He's been hurt much of the year, but he's healthy now, and he's getting a lot more chances in this Colts offense. He had his first 100-yard game as a pro last week, caught 7 passes for 101 yards. He has been targeted 15 times his last 2 games. He is a playmaker and gaining a nice rapport with starting quarterback Phillip Rivers. I think he could be a big factor down the stretch for fantasy teams, and he's available in 80% of leagues. Pittman's a very talented player, and I'd go grab him if you're looking for a spark at your receiver position. My next waiver wire ad is 49ers tight end Jordan Reed. So Reed was much more involved in the offense his second game back from injury. He caught 5 passes for 62 yards last week. He had a season high in yards. It was his second double-digit fantasy point performance of the season. He will continue to start as long as George Kittle is sidelined, and that could be for the rest of the year. So I think Reed has some real potential as a starter in a 49ers offense that likes to look at the tight end, and Reed is very talented as long as he can stay on the field. My last waiver wire ad is Rams receiver Josh Reynolds. So Reynolds is getting more and more looks in the Rams passing game. He had a season high in receptions and yards last week. He caught 8 passes for 94 yards. He has been targeted at least 8 times, 3 straight games. This isn't a fluke. He's starting to become a big factor in this offense, and I think it'll continue going forward. He's good spot start material for fantasy teams, having double-digit fantasy points 3 of 4 games. All right, those are my 5 waiver wire ads for Week 11 of the fantasy season. If you want to read more on waiver wire pickups for this week, don't forget to check out my wavering article. I will post a link to that on this in the title section of this video. So if you want to check that out, just click on the link and you can read all of my possible waiver wire ads for Week 11 of the fantasy season. Good luck in navigating your waiver wire this week. I wish you lots of success in Week 11. This has been Jeff Paur for RealTime Fantasy Sports. Have a great day.